I have exactly 72 hours to code a game from scratch in GameMaker. The problem is simple. I have never opened this program in my life. Absolute gems came out from this engine. Games like Undertale, Hotline Miami, and Nuclear Throne. It is a 2D legend, but for me, it is a completely unknown territory. Because I like challenge, I set 3 strict rules. The first one, no templates allowed. The next rule, I must make my own art, and the video ends at 72 hours. It does not matter if the game is finished or an unplayable mess. If I fail, I wasted 3 days in front of all of you. If I succeed, you will see how far a developer can go outside his comfort zone. And I want to answer a question I had for a long time. Is GameMaker worth it in 2026? Or is it a beginner trap? Let's start. Day 1. The first step was installing the engine. Nothing special. Next, accept. GameMaker offers ready-to-use templates. These are pre-made games you can edit, but to keep the challenge real, I created a blank project. I had 2 choices: use visual programming or jump straight into GML. That is the engine's custom programming language. Since I hate limiting myself and I love testing new language, I choose to suffer with GML. For the game idea, I took inspiration from Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad. No joke. I remember the scene where Saul explained to Jesse how to wash money. That was the spark, a literal money laundering game, not financial fraud. Dirty money, water, soap, and clean money. A literal joke turned into a game. I drew the art with the basic building tools. Look, it looks terrible, but it works for a fast prototype. In a few hours, I got the core mechanic working. First, you pick up a bag of dirty money, you put it in a washing machine, and you collect the clean money. To make it an incremental game, I created a truck. It drives onto the screen and drops money bags for you. And I added the option to buy more washing machine for extra speed. But then came the first big issue. The game was boring. There was no friction, no danger, no way to lose. So I created a hit system. If you stacked too much dirty money on the floor, police inspector had a higher chance to show up and steal your cash. The good part? High hit made the washing machine run twice as fast. High risk, high reward. I finished day 1 by fixing the controls. You no longer had to smash the E key non-stop. At first, you had to press E on bags and machines, and it got annoying fast. And also I added a drop-off bank zone. The basic loop was running. The art was ugly, but we had a playable game. Day 2 started with a reality check right to the chest. I looked at the game in the morning and I hate it. The hit system and the police inspector were too complex to polish in time I had left. I was trying to do too much and I was going to fail my deadline. So I made a hard call. I threw away the police system and simplified the core loop. But first, I remade all the art in pixel art. It is not a masterpiece, but compared to day 1, this looked like a real game. The new loop became a full production line. First, you pick up dirty money, then you wash it, and it comes out wet. You dry it with a fan, and next, you press it into money bricks, and then you deposit it. To avoid wasting time on UI coding, I made a visual inventory. The cash physically follows your character on screen. To add pressure without using polish, I changed the math. Now you need 12 dirty money bags to craft 1 clean brick. If you want to progress, you have to move fast. Everything seemed fine, right? Well, that is when the headaches started. I wasted over an hour fighting at stop it bag. My character could not pick up the bags unless I stopped on the top left corner of the sprite. The cost, the pivot point, the center of mass of the image was off. The fix took 5 minutes, but finding the bug cost me an hour. In a 3-day challenge, 1 lost hour feels like forever. Day 2 was over. The game was much more solid, but the most dangerous part was next, the final stretch. Third and final day. In any good incremental game, the secret is satisfying chaos. Watching your numbers float while everything goes crazy on screen. I wanted to make physical upgrade shops on the map, but time was killing me. I had to cut the scope. The upgrade menu was set to keys 1, 2, and 3, fast and functional. The first set of upgrade was boring, 30% more move speed or processing speed. It did not feel powerful, so I decided to break the game on purpose. I doubled all the values. Now you could buy super speed, auto collect, more inventory capacity, and multiple machines working at the same time. I wanted to add conveyor belts and change reactions between machines, but the clock hit 0. Time was up. The project was locked. The result? A fully functional, let's say, incremental money laundry game made in 72 hours. After 3 days working in GameMaker, here's my honest conclusion. As a tool to prototype fast or for someone starting out in 2D development, it is brilliant. The learning curve is very low and you can get something moving on screen in minutes. But I had to be honest about GML. If you are a fan of this engine, please do not get mad at me, please. Coming from strict languages like C++, GML syntax gave me a headache. It is way too permissive. Accessing any variable on any object from anywhere sounds great at first, but in a big project, it leads straight to spaghetti code. There is no strict type system or interfaces to force code structure. You depend 100% on your own discipline to avoid silent runtime crashes. To sum it up, for a 3-day prototype, 10 of 10 for speed. For a 2-year commercial game, I would be scared to maintain this structure. If I had to rate GameMaker as total beginner, I would give it an 8 out of 10. But from the view of an experienced developer, it is a 5 out of 10. Still, the experience was worth it. I had a lot of fun making this small game, and it was a great experiment. Which engine or framework should I test in my next 3-day challenge? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, hit the like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.